Last time on Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Why don't you just borrow a defense attorney's badge, sir? It's like, no, I'm fine with this. I'll just beat the shit out of Phoenix and steal his badge. Fine by me. Or that Apollo kid. He looks like he couldn't fight back for shit. Hey guys, Raiden here, and welcome back to Edgeworth Investigations 2. So, I had to put this on break for a little bit because a computer part broke, but it's fixed now. I got the part surprisingly early. One thing I had a friend say, I have a friend who's watching through Edgeworth Part 1, and he's like, is Edgeworth allowed to just go in and assert himself wherever need be, despite him not actually being trained to deal with any of these situations? And yeah, that's kind of a weird thing I've always noticed. I mean, I always just write it off as whatever, because Edgeworth can just go wherever he wants and I guess do whatever he wants, since prosecutors in this game seem to have way more power than defense attorneys. Like in this world, it seems like Phoenix has zero power. It's where prosecutors have their own little, like they seem to have some huge structure and like there are all these things behind it, and then defense attorneys are like really ragtag, set up your own law firm, whatever happens, you know? I'm finding Ray really interesting, though, because I don't know what to think of him. Right now, he's just kind of watching Edgeworth to see what kind of man he is, but I do think it's hilarious when Ray's like, so Edgeworth, would you like to restate your position? He's like, I'm a defense attorney. What was that? I couldn't hear you, Edgeworth. I'm a defense attorney. What was that? One more time. I think you're being too quiet. I'm a defense attorney. He just starts crying, and Kay's like, it's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. We all have to do things we don't want to. I never thought I would be this filth, but today I am this filth. Let's head for the special cell. I believe that the black dog should be there as well. Oh, and you guys have warned me about certain versions of certain programs that I'm using to allow this game to function can make the game stop at some point, and I don't think I have that same exact version. I actually think I have a version past that, so perhaps I won't run into that bug, maybe not, maybe so. It's unclear at this point. If so, I can always just move the save data over to elsewhere. It's not that big of a deal with Ace Attorney. So this is a special cell. I wonder what kind of special person they keep in here. I wonder what his animal's gonna be. It's probably gonna be the dog. Hey, it's pitch black in here. I can't see a thing at all. Aren't you always talking about how the Yantagarasu is able to flap even in the darkest night? Even in the depths of the night, when no other bird dares to take flight. Oh god, I shouldn't have said anything. She's gonna start talking again. One alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief, Yatagarasu. That was pretty cool. But still, I can't see what I can't see. I'm still just a human. Thought you'd carry around like night vision goggles, Kay. That would seem pretty essential for a thief. Oh, yep, it's the puppers. He's in there. Mr. Edgeworth, I presume. That voice, it can only be someone we know? It has been far too long. So you still remember me? It would be impossible to forget, because it was you who did what none could do, and placed me here in this cell. Don't tell me that the dog is talking to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Is there someone else there? I can't see anything through. Or I can't see anything, though. Down, boy. It's rude to frighten the visitors. Here, allow me to illuminate this dark room. Who is that? Am I supposed to remember this guy from something? Because I honestly don't. Boss. His name is just Boss. Or that's what his thing says on across his tag. Such noisy visitors. From the voices and footsteps, 2 more in the back. But it would be rude not to introduce myself. I am called Sirhan Dogan. Sirhan Dogan, not Sirhan. Sirhan Dogan? Can't think of the pun there, actually. Mr. Edgeworth and I. We are old acquaintances. Yeah, that guy doesn't look evil at all. It also doesn't look like he's a weirdly shaped skull at all. This man is a former assassin. The blind assassin. Sirhan Dogan. His weapons are sharp knives and a ferocious dog. His appearance is always accompanied by the sound of a bell. It is said that the ringing of this bell in the darkness is the last sound his victims hear. Would you be so kind as to share the reason why you've come, Mr. Edgeworth? It will not be necessary. You are already well aware of why we're here. It seems we know each other quite well. The dog! Oh. Murder suspect. We suspect your dog of committing the murder. The witness who discovered the body saw him biting it. There must be some mistake. My boy is obedient. He would never do such a thing. Right, Anubis? Oh my god, he's an orbital frame! Good boy, good boy. Anubis may be your guide dog, but you raised him to be a vicious killer. He was one of the weapons you used as an assassin. To begin with, is the witness of a reliable sort. Oh, it's true that... By the way, you guys made sure to correct me. I kept calling him Schwit, because that's just... His actual name is supposed to be the pun saw it. Like, saw it. And I saw that, but I've just always called him Schwit because it's easier to say, so I'm probably going to continue calling him that. He's also one of the suspects. And it's difficult to say if we can trust his testimony. In any case, I think you have the wrong dog. Right, Anubis? Right, boy? The dog's just like, feed me more Metatron, human. That's a joke for like 5 people watching this video. I wonder if he knows who the witness is. The alibi. I would like to hear your alibi from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. yesterday morning. During the animal show? I was in my humble cell the entire time. I took up whittling recently. My focus was solely on the wooden chisel in my hands. The prisoners have free access to chisels here? Normally that's not allowed. The warden is a kind soul. She has given me special permission. Kind? Ridiculous! Even 5 metal chisels? And he's making more chess pieces. Would become deadly weapons in his hands. I started out by carving these Buddha statues, but I moved on to other shapes after the 674th? Really that many? All it takes is time, which I have... Oh, I see Dogen. I see the pun now. I have plenty of. Here's what I am working on now. I did not know that you played chess. Holy shit, does everyone just play chess? Do you play as well, Mr. Edgeworth? I would like to test your wits in a game sometime. I only started playing since my arrival here, so I'm still inexperienced. What is this piece? It's a 3-headed dog? Just for the fun of it, I carved a hound piece. Chess is a game of war. Pawns, knights, and castles. Each side pushing their forces to the limits to take the life of the enemy's king. However, I found the absence of dogs to be strange. Hounds are an indispensable part of warfare. But, it is nothing more than folly. I still play by all the normal rules of chess. Isn't it difficult for you to find opponents here in prison? I always play correspondence chess. Correspondence chess? So you play chess through the mail? Really? Whoa, I've actually never heard of this before. I mean, I've heard of, like, online chess, but correspondence chess is never something I heard of. I guess it's kind of similar to, like, playing Fire Emblem or XCOM and sending the save file to each other, like, between levels. Kind of. Prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters through... They are subject to inspection. Although they are subject to inspection. At the moment, I am waiting for my opponent's next move. Hound piece data jotted down in my organizer. So he plays chess with people outside of the prison. The victim. Do you know who was murdered? It was Horace Knightley, a most unfortunate lad. Your ears are as sharp as ever. They are all I can rely on. As I thought, he has full knowledge of everything that goes on in this prison. On second thought, he might be fortunate after all. Fortunate? How so? He committed a grave crime, but he was able to avoid punishment for it. An assassination attempt on the president. What a bold man. Assassination attempt? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! Did Mr. Knightley just... He may have killed his own superior, but he never attempted to take the president's life. Are they trying to conceal the fact that... Wait, the fact the assassination was staged by the president? Whoa, 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 hold your horses. Knightley didn't attack the president. But Uncle Ray was requested to defend him in court on charges of attempted assassination. You didn't know either, Uncle Ray? So they're trying to pin the whole thing on Mr. Knightley? Now I see why the pick is taking action. Ah, so that's why they removed you from the case. That Debeste guy was going to indict him on charges of attempted assassination. And in doing so, they would have twisted the truth. I suspected it was a false charge. I heard about it from one of the guards, about Knightley. He kept desperately insisting I didn't assassinate anyone. But the courts are supposed to bring the truth to light. I may not be well versed in law, but I can say one thing for certain. Some of the prisoners here were convicted on false charges. That's the reality of it, right, Anubis? Right, boy? Leaving the truth in the care of the court can be dangerous. Leaving the truth in the care of the courts is dangerous, huh? There was someone who said the exact same thing before. I don't know who he's actually referring to. Oh, please flashback. An investigator from Interpol doesn't trust prosecutors. Oh, yep. We're gonna bring him up eventually. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors, too, are you? Oh, I haven't seen Lang in forever. What did he even sound like? I think I just gave him, like, kind of like a rougher voice. Fueled by those ideas, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? Rest assured, the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. I doubt his distrust is cleared up completely, though he does like me a bit more now. You feel the same way, don't you, Anubis? The truth of the courts and Mr. Edgeworth's reasoning both can't be trusted. There's nothing to be upset about. You're not the only one who suspects me. Yesterday, the other prosecutor, that judge, came here too. They brought the warden along. How they despise me. Oh, it must have been those two rude people from before. It's like, hey, don't say anything bad about them. They have ears everywhere. And you can just see, like, Courtney hanging from the ceiling. She, like, takes off one of the panels in the ceiling and just stares through. Oh, I'm just up here, cleaning the roof tiles. Be on your way. Prosecutor Debeste and Judge Courtney. They thoroughly inspected my room, but left without finding a thing. It seems they were searching for the murder weapon. 'Tis a shame. They searched the other prisoners' cells too, not just mine. Yet they were still unable to find anything. All that hard work was for naught. Prison investigation notes, jotted down in my organizer. This is quite a problem. What should we do? Sweet's testimony alone won't hold up. In order to confront him, we'll need evidence. Now if my... Wait, how did he get outside? Oh, it has a little dog door. I see now. Now, if my guest would be so kind as to leave. Right, Anubis, show them the way out. Does this mean what I think it means? Let's get going. Mr. Edgeworth. We shall meet again, Dogen. It would be a shame for a long-awaited reunion to end so soon. I'll be waiting. Just that evil laughter. Why does everyone laugh evilly all the time? Even Kay. Now then, we still need to find that murder weapon. Mr. Edgeworth! Where did she go? What are you doing up there? She went all the way up there. It's fine now, Kay. Come down from there. Where is Mr. Shields? Beats me. He just took off running like death was after him. Good grief, that man. What should we do now, Mr. Edgeworth? We'll continue the investigation. Or investigating. First, we should start by solving that one mystery. Knightley's body was found in a workroom inside the prison. However, he was supposed to be in the detention center's holding cell. How did he get to the prison under such tight security? Let's go investigate the holding cell at the detention center. That was where Mr. Knightley was held, right? But what about Uncle Ray? Let's just leave him be for now. You just hear him screaming like, I hate dogs, I can't do it. It's like, sir, this is the front desk. You cannot be back here. I thought we were supposed to be his assistants, though. At least Debeste and Courtney seem to be out of our hair for now. That's one less problem out of the way. The victim cell in the detention center was this way. Let's check it out, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, this is truly just dreadful. Is it that lady in the coat again? What happened? Oh, it is the lady in the coat. That's the warden, Miss Rowland. She must have come from behind that no entry sign. So he still won't talk? Even after all the trouble you went through just to get the evidence transferred from the precinct? That's right. I don't know how many times I've tried. I can't report back empty-handed. An assassin sure is one tough cookie, huh? Did he just say assassin? Oh my. Pardon me, but were you talking about Sir Hondogan just now? Oh, eavesdropping, were you? You naughty boy. Please, my ideal woman is wearing nothing but a cravat, and I only look at the cravat. Did you question him personally, Warden Rowland? Not just him. I try to have a heart-to-heart with all the prisoners and suspects. In my home, we're all family here. Why does everyone have like a hug animation? It's only fair I invite them to my warden's office. The warden's office. I bet she's going to have some sort of insane animation involving that coat. Like, there has to be. Oh, have you taken an interest in my room as well? It's just down this hallway, but outsiders are not allowed past this point. Down the hallway. So around there, I'm just trying to get a good look at the map right now. So behind that sign, you can go to the offices, which we haven't even been to yet, which leads to the workroom. Is that the workroom? No, I don't know where that is. It looks kind of like the workroom, but it's such a lovely room. People do so enjoy being invited back there. I always show them the splendid view of my precious courtyard. The courtyard of this animal-filled prison? I'd sure love to see it. Floor plans updated. I'm delighted that you want to see it. However, I cannot invite you. What? You're not a child of our home. If you want to come to my room, you'll have to be convicted first. That's a rather high hurdle to clear. Goodness me, look at how long we've been talking. I was just about to feed Ally her lunch. Ally? She's my favorite little angel. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be out to the courtyard. Toodaloo. Bye. Never got a chance to ask her about Dogan. Well, let's head over to Knightley's cell. Whoa, so this is his cell, huh? Quite sophisticated. This is the victim's cell. When did Mr. Knightley arrive here again? It was after the president's welcoming ceremony on the night of March 25th. So when and how did he move over to the prison? There might be some evidence left that can answer that. All right. Let's get cracking, Mr. Edgeworth. We're not cracking anything, Kay. We're not getting in any safes this time. We're just solving a case as always. Oh, this is a tidy prison cell, isn't it? It even has a coffee mug and what looks to be a very, very tiny fridge or possibly a metronome. And a food menu? Is that the menu for the prison? That's really fancy. I won't rest until I've inspected everything. Touch. Mr. Edgeworth, is this a dining menu? You can choose your daily meals in this detention center? However, unless you have the money, you won't be able to choose what you want to eat. In the end, the world revolves around money. Doesn't this mean that the rich won't have to reflect on their crimes? Yes, well, those who come here haven't been declared guilty yet. There are a few good people who don't need to reflect, probably. Sounds like you're just making excuses for them, Mr. Edgeworth. Why should I have to come up with excuses for the detention center? Let's see what these books are. I can't read that one. The Hound something. Animals. Animal Shack. Prison Life for Dummies. The Great something in 80 Days. Crime and S to something. I can't read all of those. I'm trying, but when it's bloated up like this, it's even harder to read than when it's small. Is this bingo? Oh, there's something on the desk. Seems to be some kind of memo. Let me take a closer look. What in the world is this? Oh, he's practicing chess moves. Oh, he was playing, yeah, that's right, he's playing with Knightley. See, next move is bishop to g2. I see. Next, I move rook. No, pawn to g6. I love how he writes, how he talks. It's like, next I move. I won't use the eraser. I'll just write no, pawn to g6. This is chess notation. It was probably the victims. What's chess notation? It's a memo that records the positions of the chess pieces on a chessboard. This is a good match. My next move would be pawn to... No, actually, before that... Mr. Edgeworth, this is no time to be playing chess. Aw, you're right, Kay. The positions of the chess pieces are recorded in this memo. I feel like I've seen something similar to somewhere else. I should take a closer look at the evidence I've collected. It's probably equivalent to the chessboard he has in his room. Probably. Can I deduce that? Deduce! Is this spot somehow connected to any of the things I hold? Eureka! This chess notation. I've seen it before. You're still thinking about chess. Focus on the investigation. Focus! Chess is quite important in this investigation, and apparently every single one in this whole game for some reason. Okay, have a look at this. Are these chess pieces from Dogen's cell? I don't know much about the rules of chess. The rules of chess are not important here. Look at the positions of the chess pieces in this memo. Oh yeah, they look completely different in fact. And the pieces in Dogen's cell. Do you notice anything? Ah! I don't know anything about the different chess pieces. But if you flip the board around, the positions of the chess pieces are completely the same. Oh, I wouldn't have noticed it like that. I guess since I can't see the whole picture, I thought they kind of look different, because there's so many out there pieces, and then the piece he constructed for himself, but now I kind of see it, yeah. Because there's the enemy piece next to all those friendly ones, and then the friendly one that's just way out there. Yes, although the memo doesn't include the Cerberus chess piece, the positions of the other chess pieces are identical. Well, what's going on here? I always play correspondence chess. This might be hard to believe, but Dogen's chess opponent was... Are you saying he was playing Mr. Knightley? With this, we now have evidence to link Dogen with the victim. Knightley's memo jotted down in my organizer. Well, that was easy. There are a lot of books in here. What's this? The Wonderful Warden of Ours? Oh no, it's like she's implanting Stockholm Syndrome into them. The Hound Whistler, Animal Shack Redemption. Oh, I see all the references now. Mr. Knightley, he was a surprisingly good person. No, the detention center provides these books for the visitor's own edification. These books are supposed to help you grow as a human being. Prison Life for Dummies. These books were written by model prisoners and former inmates. Oh, here's a helpful book, The Great Escape in 80 Days, based on a true story. Oh, check this one out. Crime and Establishment, How to Make Money in Prison. Wow, these books are not good for prisoners. The problems with this detention center may run deeper than I thought. Yeah, they don't really seem to have a very tight leash here. I believe it's Norway that has all those prisons that are like super comfy. Oh, whoa, it's a toothbrush and a cup for brushing your teeth, of course, or something else. And then a glass that's aimed at a camera. The reflection in the mirror. Oh, it's a security camera. A great thief's arch enemy. I guess they don't take too kindly to thieves here. What would a thief have to steal unless you're stealing, like, toothbrushes? There's no reason for a detention center to be kind to thieves. Guard. I would like you to check the footage of the security camera. If you find any problems, report to me at once. Sir, I don't work for you, but sure. Okay, what do you think about this? That's a really cool badge. It depicts the blazing sun on top of winter frost, right? Yes, it symbolizes the severity of the criminal justice system. My badge has symbols too. It symbolizes love and justice and peace and courage and honor and kindness. What happened to truth? Windows with iron bars. There's no signs of tampering. It doesn't look like the criminal could have escaped through here. What if these iron bars are removable? Let me inspect them for future reference. Okay, now's not the time for that. We're in the middle of an investigation. Turns out Kay was right all along. The bars just come right off. They can't afford that shit anymore. Won't rest until I've looked under this bed thoroughly. This newspaper is missing a few pages. They appear to be torn out. Why would someone tear out the pages from a newspaper? There's like a billion reasons. There could have been a coupon, or an ad, or maybe just like the picture he saw, or maybe because they're a prisoner, they just like demolishing things. Maybe they used it to clean the cell instead of a rag. Clean the cell? It's quite possible. I just noticed there's marks on the floor. It's Horace Knightley's suit. According to the results of my investigation, what did you find out? A man who looks good in a suit leaves a more favorable impression with the ladies. Next time I'll investigate men who look good in frills. Please don't bother. I already know I'm 100% sexy, Kay. Something seems off. The floor here is clean. Was it mopped recently? Oh yeah, the newspaper in the spot on the floor, because for some reason they wiped the floor with the newspaper. It seems strange that only the area in front of the bed has been wiped clean. Logic! If I take K's, mixed with the floor, I can deduce that the floor was wiped with... Yes, good. I never would have come to this assumption myself if Kay hadn't said anything about randomly wanting to wipe things with newspaper. This seems like a really big logical stretch to come to. He could have wiped it with a suit too, I guess. The floor here is clean. It was probably wiped down with something. Did someone spill grape juice here? Grape juice has to be in every game. Someone spill grape juice here? It's just like a flashback, and it's just a security guard talking to Phoenix of the cell bars. He's like, "Sir, you were supposed to leave a month ago. Why are you still here? Can I ever leave? Or do my sins run deeper than that?" Your bill runs deeper than your sins. 98 bottles of grape juice? Why? Sometimes nothing calms me down like a good bottle of grape juice. Oh, and send the bill to Apollo. Just starts chugging the bottle again. I don't know exactly what was wiped away, but I can imagine what was used to wipe it. It's very likely it was this torn-up newspaper. Could he have asked one of the guards if he could borrow a cleaning rag? Perhaps it was something he didn't want the guards to see. Wipe floor data jotted down in my organizer. Investigation complete. Wow, that was really simple. Usually I get stuck on one thing or another, but that was just done and done. So this is what our investigation turned up. It seems we found a major connection between the victim and Dogen. This is terrible. What happened? The security camera recorded something terrible. What? Could you let me see it? Of course, sir, I brought the tape here. Wait, why would you bring the tape here? Just leave it in the security room. We'll go and watch it there. No, I'm watching Home Alone 2 on... Of course, sir, I have a portable playback device right here. I can never tell what timeline we exist in. We apparently exist in the same timeline that allows, like, from the one episode I played of, Dual Destinies, technology there is insane. Yet here, apparently, we are using portable, like, cassette players. Not really a cassette, it's like more like a tape. It's kind of hard to tell without relevant size, but... Of course, sir, I have a portable playback device right here. Let me see it right away. This looks weird. I don't think I've ever seen Ace Attorney do something like that. Wait, what? That looks super weird. This is... This black thing has got to be that doggy, right? Up until this point, I thought the murder took place inside the prison. But it appears it was mistaken, or I was mistaken. The place where Knightley was attacked was... in his holding cell! It was the detention center. And furthermore, he was attacked by Dogen's dog. I didn't even see the dog. I was too busy, like, watching Knightley do the Macarena in the corner, whatever he was doing. Seriously, it looked like he was just pelvic thrusting at nothing. And furthermore, he was attacked by Dogen's dog. This is decisive evidence. I almost said divisive. God, I hate those words. Security footage data jotted down in my organizer. If Knightley was killed in this room, then this piece of evidence we found in his cell takes on a new meaning. Which piece of evidence takes on a new meaning if the murder occurred in the holding cell? That we found in his room? The white floor? Perhaps he was wiping his own blood off the floor. Or it could be Knightley's memo. Knightley could be giving him, like, instructions or something for a prison break. It would either be this or this. I'm gonna go the white floor. For some reason, someone wiped the floor clean. It's possible they were wiping away bloodstains. You cannot get bloodstains out of a floor with newspaper. Spray some luminol like you've always done. It's like, oh, yep, that's blood. Well, I guess luminol was for fingerprints, wasn't it? Thank you for your hard work. While I have your attention, may I ask one more favor? What would that be? There should be a detective by the name of Dick Gumshoe in the detention center of the prison. I would like you to give him a message. Yeah, sir, he's playing in the ball pit. He's playing in the... You have a ball pit in here? Holy shit, Kay, let's go. Mr. Edgeworthy investigation. Screw murder. Ball pit time. Tell him to check his room for traces of... Or check this room for traces of blood and give the results to me. Yes, sir. Wiped floor data updated in my organizer. This should corner the old coot. No, not yet. We still don't know how Knightley and the dog moved from here to the prison. That's true, but once we figure that out, where should we check out next, Mr. Edgeworth? The guards here might know something about the murder. Let's see if we can learn any new details from them. Detention center hallway. Alright, let's continue our... Ah! Lang! He's real! He's a real man, and he's here! Oh, sorry to intrude. Oh my god, he's real. And he's here. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor and the little lady. Fancy meeting you here. This man is Shilong Lang, an Interpol agent, and a pain in the ass usually, although he is pretty good later on. Now, 2 weeks ago, he was in charge of investigating one of my cases. I would have thought he'd returned to his native country of Zhengfa by now. Agent Lang, what brings you here? I mean, I highly doubt it, but I would hope to see Lang again in, like, a future Ace Attorney game. I mean, he's been in 2 games now, so that's probably enough screen time, but, like, seriously? The one person, if I do not get to see Clavier in another Ace Attorney game, I'm gonna be so upset. God, how do I say it? I feel bad for saying this because Von Karma has like such a big role, but like between Von Karma and Godo, I don't really care about them. But Lang and Clavier are the people I want to see the most of. So I at least hope Clavier shows up in one more game. That'd be cool, especially to see like a 3D model of him. Agent Lang, what brings you here? Just some boring work, nothing you need to know about. On top of a black dog, we need a black wolf. Huh? You came alone today, Agent Lang. Well, he doesn't have an assistant anymore, remember? Usually, he'd have a huge police force with him. Oh, I thought she was talking about, Sheena. Mr. Prosecutor, seems you've been busy these past few days. These past few days? Is he referring to the incident with the Zhengfa president? I would have thought you'd be involved in his security too. Huh. Our president doesn't even trust his own country's police force. Look at the results of hiring a private security company. It's laughable. Agent Lang doesn't trust prosecutors or the courts. That's why he brings along a large force of capable policemen to thoroughly investigate the crime scene. Yes, if you and your subordinates had been there, the results might have been different. My subordinates, huh? They're no longer with me. They're not with you? Funny, looks like I'm a real lone wolf now. Agent Lang, just what happened to you? Just what happened exactly? Didn't I tell you? It's nothing you need to know about. Well, I'll be seeing you, Mr. Prosecutor. Mr. Lang, I wonder what happened. Yes, it troubles me too, but there's nothing we can do about it for now. Okay, let us continue with our own investigation. Got it. First, let's ask those guards a few questions. Yes, because they're so helpful as always. Sir, could you stop breathing on me like this? This is really weird. We have you cornered, young policeman. Just ask your questions. I'm not gonna lie to you. You can never trust anyone, not even yourself. You there, have you been a black... Wait, have you seen a black dog around here? Yeah, have you been a dog? Yeah, I transformed into a dog by moonlight. Of course not. If I had actually seen it, I wouldn't be standing around here so carefree. Did something happen with that doggy? Okay, let's not press this matter any further. So Dogen's dog didn't come by the detention center. So if he wasn't here... Time to keep investigating. What about you? This is a difficult case. What's wrong? Is something troubling you? Sir, one of my uniforms has gone missing. But I'm certain that I placed it in this locker. Maybe the uniform grew legs and walked off somewhere. What kind of logic is that? In any case, I wish you the best in your search. I'll be rooting for you. Yes, thank you for your support. Stolen uniform data, jot it down in my organizer. Oh, there you are. Oh, hey, it's you again. Mr. Shields, where did you go? Where indeed? I've been searching for you guys this whole time. Wait, what do you mean searching for us? There's like, this whole building just goes in a loop. It would have been really easy to find us. Walking all around the prison is hard work, you know. That's strange, seeing as you came from the opposite direction. I've got some new information. Want to hear it? Do you? You sure changed the subject quickly. I heard a little something from the guards. It seems Knightley caused a bit of an incident 2 days ago. An incident? You know how Simon said he came to visit Knightley, right? After the visit, when Knightley returned to his cell... Naturally, a guard escorted Knightley back to his cell. Oh yeah, the stolen uniform, this is where that comes in. While the guard was unlocking his handcuffs, all of a sudden Knightley struck the guard and knocked him out. Seems he was going to attempt a jailbreak. Oh, maybe that's what happened. So the guard went to let him out, and then Knightley knocked him out, and he stole the uniform. But how could he... and did something. And the guard doesn't even remember, but they would discover that unless he somehow put it back on him. By the time the other guards arrived, the key to his cell had disappeared. But there's been no reports of Knightley's jailbreak attempt. 2 days ago. Exactly, it's strange, isn't it? Right up until his death, he was still in his cell. What's more, Knightley claimed he never stole the key in the first place. In fact, they searched his cell and the key was nowhere to be found. Did the guard who was struck have anything to say? No one knows. He was taken to the hospital while he was still unconscious. He's still there now, it seems. So in the end, we still don't know what happened. Knightley's cell key data, jotted down in my organizer. It's you! Oh god, how many cameos do we need? Please don't be- oh shit. Hi, Debeste. What are you still doing hanging around here? Well, you see, this is my assistant. Are you here to object our investigation and make me into a laughingstock? Sebastian, I believe obstruct is the word you're looking for. In a way, I think his expression was apt. A pleasure meeting you again, Judge Courtney. I know. You are Simon Keyes, defense attorney. Are you not? Well then, let's skip the formalities and celebrate our happy reunion with a hug. or maybe not. Incidentally, I heard you mention an assistant a moment ago. Yeah, we were assisted at Edgeworth Law Offices. Prosecutors are civil servants. To open a side business is to betray the goddess of law. There's no rule to that, that's bullshit. Well, I just made the rule right now. As long as profit is not our objective, there shouldn't be a problem, right? Yeah, that's it. Miles here is a volunteer worker. The purpose of my office isn't to make money, we're pro bono. What a wonderful heart you have. Defending others without demanding payment. I do have an amazing charitable heart. More importantly, I'd like you to explain your reasons for arresting Simon Keyes. There's no need to. Is that a challenge against me? No, I was speaking with Judge Courtney, you know, the relevant one. I guess it can't be helped. If you want to take on the best, you'll have to fall like the rest. I haven't said anything yet, but this is convenient. Now we'll hear you out. What were your reasons for arresting Mr. Keyes? I see no need to inform you. Sebastian, let us... Just watch, Justine. Watch as I run around in circles against this useless prosecutor. I think you mean run circles around me? Yeah, that's what I meant. Prepare yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, are we gonna go into logic chess with this boy? Just gonna call him boy now, I guess. Reasons for arrest. So you want to know my reasons for arresting that man? The answer is simple. Yes, we found traces of that guy over there. How's that? Perfectly simple, perfectly divisive. Or decisive. Decisive, right? I'm smart. Of course, I was the first to notice because I'm the best. How am I supposed to go about pressing that? How's that? Got nothing to say? Speechless in my presence? Oh, you guys did confirm, by the way, he is wearing a jacket over his shoulders. This guy sure talks a lot. So you're the one who arrested Mr. Keyes, I take it. Mr. Debeste, do you have the right to do such a thing? Well, obviously it was the police who carried out the arrest. But since it was under my direction, shouldn't it also count as my arrest? As I expected. It'd be difficult to deal with the both of them at the same time. However, her silence is troubling me. Just what is she thinking? Yeah, seriously, what are both of you thinking? Oh, I love his theme, though. It's so playful. So you want to know my reasons for arresting that man? The answer is simple. Yes, we found traces of that guy over there. Hold it. That guy over there. That's certainly vague. Well, don't they say? The best hears one thing and understands 10. You're just being lazy. Explain it more clearly. Sebastian. If it's alright with you, would you please explain it to them in more detail? I'm sure that everyone wants to hear what you have to say. Alright. If you insist, Justine. We discovered that. Perhaps you didn't know, but the victim carried a chessboard with him. From it, we found that Simon Keyes' fingerprints. Well done, Sebastian. You remembered the name of the person you're trying to prosecute. Good job. Persecute, or whatever. I bless you on behalf of the goddess of law. Please amend your testimony. Are you alright with that, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth? Yes. The victim carried a chessboard. From it, we found Simon Keyes' fingerprints. Do we have any notes on the chessboard? Portable folding chessboard belonged to Knightley. Simon brought it to him. Yeah. That's true. Fingerprints found on the chessboard. Is that the ace up your sleeve? What is that animation? What is he trying to do? He's like picture perfect. I really don't know what he's trying to do here. Ace in my sleeve? Oh, ace up my sleeve. Yes, the methods I use are always the best. This ace is my trump card. Well, then allow me to show you that this is not, in fact, a trump card at all. Simon Keyes is the one who sent this chessboard to the victim in the first place. So it's only natural some of his prints would be left on it. Ah! He has such, like, silly animations. I love him. That took way too long. These fingerprints are hardly decisive evidence. Perhaps your arrest was a little too rash? Rash. To begin with, this incident occurred in the detention center and the prison. To suspect Simon just because he wasn't a prisoner or a guard is a little unreasonable. Ah! What? What's with him all of a sudden? I finally get what you're trying to say. Rash. You mean we were to arrest the guy, right? You were stuck on that? He's so far behind. Sure, I was the first to lay eyes on him, and I was the first to notice the evidence. That was even faster. But I am not rash. Sure, Simon Keyes isn't a guard or a prisoner, but... Sebastian. Judge Courtney. What are you doing, Justine? Don't butt in like that. Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words on the suspect are very interesting, and dumb as holy fuck, too. However, shouldn't you get to the best part first? The best part. Why don't you tell them? About your wonderful reasoning regarding the murder weapon. Good one, Justine. Nice suggestion. Mr. Edgeworth, listen to my first-rate reasoning. Will this reasoning explain why you arrested Mr. Keyes? I'm sure it will meet your expectation. Wait, why is yours so small but hers is so big? You see, I'm not responsible enough for one. What a load of bullshit. Judge Courtney just changed the flow of the conversation. Yeah, she seems to be, like, mentoring him in some way and almost controlling him. Like, I feel like... How do I say this? I'm not sure if she's allowed to be a prosecutor or be in a prosecutor position herself. So perhaps she's using him to be closer to whatever case she needs to be, is my idea. Just what is she planning? And you know how I can tell these two are major characters is because on the bottom right screen you can see that Debeste and Courtney are there, as long as with Edgeworth, Kay, and Ray. I think that's Ray. It looks like him. It's kind of hard to tell. I see the hat, but it doesn't look quite right. It's obvious the murder weapon was a sharp metal object. However, the prison maintains strict control over potentially lethal items. So that's why I've reasoned that the murder weapon was brought in from the outside. Yes, it was hidden inside that chessboard. And since the only victim and the suspect's fingerprints, or since only the victim and the suspect's fingerprints were found on the chessboard, isn't it obvious who brought and used the murder weapon? At least it's clearer than his last testimony. It's the best reasoning you can get from the prosecutor Debeste. How do you like that? Now he's mixing up Debeste with his own name. But could someone really hide a weapon inside a gift sent to a prisoner? You'll find a good place if you examine the inside of the chessboard. Inside the chessboard? Is there some place to hide a weapon? I don't know, let's open it. As I thought, there were only chess pieces inside. Wow, what an annoying laugh. Should I give him like a Corinne laugh, like a male Corinne? Inside the chessboard, huh? Perhaps I should examine it a bit further. I bet this compartment totally opens, doesn't it? Yep. The top panel is removable. It's quite deep. Yes, there's more than enough room to hide a small knife. Understand now. This is how the culprit smuggled in the... That was fast. What's with the... he's getting so distraught. What's with the... I wasn't even finished. Mr. Debeste, there's something you have forgotten. There was a gate at the entrance of the detention center. Eh? Well, there is, but... He means the security gates with the metal detectors, Sebastian. I swear it's like, let mommy take care of the actual case, okay? You just do whatever. Doesn't really matter. We had to pass through the same check when we entered the prison, remember? Ah, yeah, that's it. I remember now. It looks like he completely forgot. It would be impossible to smuggle a sharp metal object into the detention center. Therefore, your reasoning never held, even from the very beginning. What now? Can't you just let me talk? That gate is only used on people. In other words, packages sent to the detention center undergo a simpler check. So they don't use a metal detector for that. This never should have happened. It seems the guards were too careless. Well, that's a lot of new information. Thanks, Courtney. Right, Justine. Thanks for the assist. You're welcome. I am always willing for the tag to extend your combos, Sebastian, even though your combos are like 3 hits. Now then, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Your cross-examination, if you please. Cross-examination. It's as if we were in a courtroom. Very well. His reasoning. Let's see how long it will hold up under pressure. Rebuttal. It's obvious the murder weapon was a sharp metal object. However, the prison maintains strict control over potentially lethal items. Can I just present the chisel? Do I have the chisel here? Dogen card. No, that's only the hound piece. We don't have anything on the chisel? The chisels are in here. They're part of the prison. I'm gonna try it, but I have a feeling the game's not gonna... Like, it's not gonna go along with that logic. No, I had a feeling. Mr. Debeste, what do you think about this piece of evidence? Why are you asking for my opinion? Don't you see? This evidence contradicts your testimony. What? Did he just hit himself in the face? I don't believe this evidence has that kind of meaning. Is that right? Judge Courtney here. Also, you don't need to yell objection so loudly. Just showing evidence will suffice. You don't need to tell me that. I just do it because I like to. It makes me feel big and strong, okay? I guess we'll just have to start pressing statements. Which one seems to be the most important here? Yes, it was hidden inside the chessboard. I'm gonna say the 3rd and 4th statements are the most important here, so let's start with those. Can you be more specific about where it came from? Of course I can. It didn't come from inside the prison. Is he trying to sound smart? Simon Keyes brought it in. That's what we mean. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you even figure out that much? I'm disappointed in you. And you've disappointed me from the start. So Simon brought the murder weapon, but how, you ask? Yes, it was hidden inside the chessboard. No weapon was found at the crime scene. No, not even inside the chessboard. So where did the murder weapon disappear to? I'd like to hear your answer to that. That's... Well, after the crime, the culprit must have hidden it somewhere in the prison. Is there a problem with that statement Debeste just made? There is! The murder weapon is hidden inside the prison? I don't think so. It's clear from this piece of evidence. This doesn't sound like it is the right thing. I feel like this is the wrong thing, just the way everything was phrased. Prison investigation. Mr. Debeste and Warden Roland searched the entire prison but did not find the murder weapon. There we go. I mean, that doesn't really prove them, but that proves that there was an investigation. Have you completely forgotten your own actions? You, along with Warden Roland, conducted a search of the prison. But you did not find the murder weapon, right? That's... You must have overlooked something. This guy's just completely contradicted himself. You carried out such a sloppy investigation, I'm amazed that you call yourself the best. Are you mocking me? I love how she can just go around hitting whatever she wants. Like, she breaks a glass case, the security guard's like, "Ma'am, that's vandalism, I'm gonna have to arrest you." And it's like, "I'm Justine Courtney, you can't do shit." He's like, "I guess I can't." Please calm yourself. Don't get caught up in the opponent's pace. I'm fine. Justine. Justine. Did you really just think the best prosecutor would be shaken by someone miles behind him? Oh my goodness. I wish you'd stop messing around with other people's names. Oh, in that case, Kay Faraday is far, far ahead. Kay, don't you get caught up in this too. Yes, if my best investigation didn't find anything, then there must not have been a single weapon in the prison. In that case, there's only one possibility. The criminal must have taken the murder weapon with him when he left the prison. So it's only natural we didn't find it in there, yeah? There's no way that the culprit would have brought the weapon out of the prison. And this piece of evidence shows why. There's no way that they would have brought the weapon out of the prison. It would be the, security gate, wouldn't it? Because the security gate would detect such a thing. I mean, not all weapons have to be metal. I mean, you technically could bring, like, shoot, I forgot what it was, like, oh yeah, like ceramic knives are very sketchy, like there's ceramic knives and wooden weapons. It doesn't have to be metal. Have you completely forgotten your own testimony? That's twice you've insulted me. Oh, it seems you remember what I said earlier. But you do want to remember further than that. What is that? This guy, he really doesn't remember anything? It seems that way. The detention center and the prison are equipped with security gates. Anyone leaving must pass through these gates. Gates equipped with metal detectors. That's what you... Looks like he remembers now. Yes, there's no way someone could have brought the murder weapon through those gates. And so the criminal could not have taken it out of the prison either. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you know where this murder weapon went to? Perhaps the weapon is still inside the prison. But we couldn't find it anywhere in the prison. The reason you didn't find it is because you believed it to be a sharp metal object. He saw the very moment when Mr. Knightley was attacked after all. If you can say that much, then perhaps you could enlighten us. What would you say is the murder weapon in this case? From this piece of evidence, the murder weapon in this case became obvious. I want to say it's the black dog. Yeah. Here is footage from a security camera. It shows one of the cells inside the detention center. See it with your own eyes. Wait, couldn't we have just started with this and be like, look, a Knightley was attacked by a dog? Like, we could have avoided this entire situation. I didn't actually see the dog like they said, because I guess my eyes were focused elsewhere. Oh, there's the dog. Doesn't that look like it's a little small, though? That doesn't look big enough to be that gigantic dog. What? This can't be! This tape clearly shows the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. I believe this is sufficient proof, wouldn't you say? Indeed, this is vital evidence. Horace Knightley was killed in the detention center by that dog. After that, the body was moved to the prison workroom. Our witness claims to have seen a dog in the workroom when the body was found. Of course, the dog couldn't have planned this crime on its own. However, there was someone who could have. That's enough. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Judge Courtney? It's true this camera footage is vital evidence. However, there is something else you must prove. Actually, you've already noticed it, haven't you? It's just as she says. There is still a huge flaw in my reasoning. If that black dog is a prisoner's pet, how was it able to move between the detention center and the prison? Ah! What will we do, Mr. Edgeworth? I still don't know how the dog managed to move from one place to the other. I knew it. What? You want to talk? You don't know either. If you do not solve this mystery, I'm afraid I cannot accept your logic. What does that mean? I mean, I guess that's to put, like, the seal on everything and be like, okay, you're right on everything, Edgeworth, but that's like, even though you've proven us wrong this whole time, and I can obviously see a dog attacking someone on a security camera, your logic is wrong. Like, what does that mean? If this was a real courtroom, I would call for recess now. What? Wait, I'm not finished yet. Yes, you are. The court has been adjourned. Leave at once. This isn't a courtroom. Well then, as I said, court is adjourned. Objection! I can't prove my argument, but isn't it the same case with Mr. Keyes? Whatever do you mean? Just as I don't know how the dog entered the detention center, you also don't know how Simon Keyes entered the detention center and prison. Although he came to visit the victim, he was an outsider to the prison. Don't you think it would be difficult for him to commit a crime inside the prison? Judge Courtney, now the burden of proof lies with you. Show us evidence that Simon Keyes entered the prison. Why are you guys screaming? You're right in front of each other. You want me to present evidence? I'm happy to oblige. Wait, what? Does she really have evidence? It's about time I told you. Now that I know the basis of your reasoning, Prosecutor Edgeworth. What is she thinking? It seems you don't even know Simon Keyes' real occupation. He's a circus performer. A circus performer? Yes, have you ever heard of the Very Big Circus? Oh my... Wait, is that the same circus that's in Ace Attorney 2? I think that's the same circus. Yeah, I remember now because there was Regina Barry. Yeah, that is the case from that game. Wow. Man, they're just bringing back all the references now. Although it's not really references when it's in the same universe, so I guess they're just kind of tying the universe together and kind of having Edgeworth experience some of the things that Phoenix dealt with. Circus! Ah. But of course, yesterday was the day that I wouldn't have missed for the world. Wouldn't have missed for the world? Did you have some kind of important meeting? Oh heavens no, I despise meetings. It was the animal show, of course. It seems you've realized. On the day of the incident, an animal show was being performed at the prison, and the show was put on by the Very Big Circus. So then, do you mean Simon Keyes entered the prison as a staff member of the animal show? That we know for a fact. Edgeworth's eyes in that first frame was like, what? Oh. This woman, she's been concealing this fact the whole time. She only planned to reveal it after hearing my reasoning. Come to think of it. What are you doing, Justine? Don't butt in like that. Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words on the suspect are very interesting. However, couldn't you get to the best part first? Mr. Debeste was going to say it then, but she stopped him. I don't actually know how to do a laugh with him and be like, it's proving different, but I'm hearing like rich girl laugh. I don't know. How do you like that, worthless prosecutor? You didn't do anything. That reminds me of that meme. I think it's from Sailor Moon of like the guy coming in and he's like, and I saved the day. It's like, but you didn't do anything. And it just shows him like throwing his cape. You could totally redo that with Sebastian just fine. Well then, now it really is time for a recess. I'll end with some advice. I'd already doubted your abilities as a prosecutor, which is why I relieved you of your authority. You'd best not forget that. What are you trying to say? The pig can still take away your badge. If you value your badge, I advise you not to show your face before me again. Is that a threat? The goddess of law is merciful, but that doesn't mean you can get away with everything. Oh, and one more thing. I must digress. I suggest you stop with this defense attorney act. That's none of your concern. I don't intend to abandon a case I'm involved in so easily. For defense attorneys, a relationship of mutual trust with their client is vital. It's very different from the way of the prosecutor. In any case, you didn't even know about your client's occupation. Ah. Well then, I must be going. May the blessings of the goddess of law be upon you. That's right, Edgeworth didn't do a whole lot of questioning as Phoenix probably would have. Did Simon lie to us? It seems he lied to Uncle Ray, too. This complicates matters. Why'd he do that? Hey, Miles, don't tell me you've got cold feet already. Courtney Pie is quite a handful. Courtney Pie. She's like, I can hear that. Just ranged hammer throw. He's like, oh, my nose, it's broken. How did that break my ribs, too? But giving up is still uncool. The defense attorney's creed is to never give up, remember? You're my assistant. Of course, I don't plan on giving up either. It's just... my theory that he couldn't enter the prison no longer holds. It looks like we'll have to investigate once more. To be continued. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. I'm really happy with the competition this time around. It's very different from Lang. Well, I won't call Lang completely competent in the first game since he had such a hatred towards Edgeworth that caused him to pull out any sort of evidence he had just to prove Edgeworth wrong as opposed to clearing up the case properly. There was a very different threat, as this time we have Courtney, who is kind of using Sebastian in a way. Like, I'm not going to say using, because she actually could really care for him, but it seems like he is just some sort of catalyst for her to talk to us and for her to interact with crime scenes, in which I guess her job would not normally allow her to do. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Please leave a like, and if you want to become a member of the Dust Brigade, just click subscribe. Very excited to get to the next episode, which I'm probably going to say is around the end of the case, probably. I don't know with how long some of these cases are going to be. I've heard that the next one can go on for a long time. Like a very long time. So, hope you guys are enjoying it, though, because I still am. Which is really weird, because it's normally around, I mean, not this early, but with Ace Attorney games more than almost any other game I've played thus far, maybe except for, like, Fire Emblem. Usually I get bored around the halfway point, but I feel like I'm going to have such a hard time with such interesting interactions with characters from older games and newer games. I don't know. Anyway, see you guys next time. Raiden out.